Education Association.
Talk 1470 is WWNN Pompano Beach and 95.3 FM W237BD Boca Raton, the Health and Wealth Radio Network.
You're pregnant. How far?
1 month, 2, no doctor yet. I can't afford it.
Protect yourself and your baby. The health department can help you out. Test for STDs.
I don't have diseases.
You don't know. You don't always have symptoms. STDs make you and your baby sick.
I don't want my baby sick.
No one cares more about your baby than you.
I'm calling my county health department.
A message from the Florida Department of Health, the Florida Association of Broadcasters, and this radio station.
What you want to know. What you need to know.
Talk 1470 WNN.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Time now for New Business on Main Street with your host, Russell. Each week, Russell takes an in-depth look at another exciting business. To get in on the discussion, call toll-free 888-565-1470. Now, let's talk business. Your business. With today's guest, here's Russell.
Hello, good afternoon. Russ Johnson here. Thank you very much for joining us once again on New Business on Main Street. We are excited because we have a program that we talked about last week, the week before, and there's a lot of excitement about the HGH gel that people are talking about that has an FDA registration on it. And we have some guests. I want to put them right on the air. Chip McGill, are you with us? Chip?
Yes, I am, Russ.
Hey, Chip.
How are you?
I appreciate you being with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You're welcome. I'm been looking forward to it.
Okay, great. Well, listen, this is your show. Is Kate going to be with you tonight?
Yes, she is.
Oh, great. Okay, excellent. So, Kate, good afternoon, good evening. How are you, Kate?
Hi there. I'm doing great. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. Thank you for being with me.
Awesome. Glad to be on the call with you.
No, it's a pleasure to have you guys. Listen, the excitement is at a fever pitch all across the country on this deal. The excitement, I've been around the industry for many, many years. I won't say how many. And I've never seen the excitement so over the top about this product, about this company. So, Kate, you want to start? Chip, who wants to start with us and tell us?
Why don't I start off, and then you were going to ask Kate some specific questions about what we're doing on her side of the thing with social media, right?
Okay, absolutely. Fantastic. Chip, listen, you've been with the company, 6, 7, 8 months now. And
I've been with the company since January. Yep.
Since January, okay. And since January, we won't talk about all the money you got because people would call you and want to borrow some. But you're making hundreds of thousands of dollars already. You got a group of what 15,000 people now?
Just shy of 15,000, yeah.
Absolutely. And that, I tell you, go ahead. Tell us about how did you, number one, how did you find out about this? And when did you make a decision that you were going to embrace it and take off and build yourself a team like that? Tell me all about that.
Great. Well, I'll tell you, Ross, you and I have known each other going back 20-plus years now, and you and I have been around the industry. We've looked at a lot of things. You've had some incredible successes in your life, and, lately, a lot of products just seem to be me too. And I think a couple of the times that you've had the big successes, you got in front of a paradigm shift in the industry. And the first companies that you went with were the first companies that defined an entire category. So a category-defining product. And that's what this product was. So this product was brought to me by a longtime friend that we had been in two companies previous to each other, and we'd known each other almost 18 years now. And he was a six-figure income earner at both companies, and I was a six-figure income earner at both companies. But we'd gotten out of both of those companies. One deal was kind of tough. I think you knew that deal intimately as well. And then the second deal we were in, you knew a little bit about it, but it just turned out to be a big Me Too company. And even though they had a great product for a while, it turned out to be a Me Too company. And when the company started losing control of their distribution, we started looking for other things. And actually, I really went back to the real estate industry. I wasn't looking for anything. And my business partner, Troy Landwehr, who called me, said he called me every month, and he would say the same thing. He would say, I don't think the industry's going to survive. I never see anything new out there, but what do you think about this company? And what do you think about the next one? And then next month it'd be, what do you think about this? And he'd say the same thing every month after month after month. And in January of this year, he called me with lamenting the same thing. And he'd say, I'm not really looking, but what do you think about HGH? And I said, well, HGH is kind of interesting. I said, he goes, what do you know about HGH? And I said, oddly enough, I know a good bit about HGH. I said, I was a semi-pro athlete. I said, I looked into HGH supplementation years ago when it was just available in the injections, and as it became a vanity product for the anti-aging industry, if you will, and really kind of started in California, started in Hollywood, and anyway, it was very, very expensive, and just wasn't for the average person, and it was controversial too because it was a large dose of HGH. So anyway, I also had a book called Growing Young with HGH by a doctor named Ronald Klatz. And I'd read parts of that book, and it was compelling. It was a compelling story, the use of HGH supplementation. So over the years, I kept in touch with it. But fast forward to 2018 of this year, he came to me with an FDA-registered HGH topically applied gel. And you could get an entire year's worth of this product literally for 1 month of injection, and the product was absolutely fantastic. So I did some research on it, sent it out to a good friend of mine that was a doctor that used to use HGH supplementation years ago, and he said, wow, if this stuff does half of what they say it does, we've got a home run here. And I took it out to a clinical esthetician friend of mine who's kind of wicked smart, and we kind of hit the ground running. And later on, we brought Kate Garfield on board because Catherine, she calls herself now Catherine Garfield. I've known her as Kate because I've known her so long. But Catherine is a great social media expert. So when we wanted to grow this thing virally, and that's what happened, really. So the product really started out really early this year, and the company just blew up virally. And really, percentage-wise numbers, we're one of the fastest-growing companies in the industry now. We've got probably about 40 people that have hit the top of the compensation plan, and making literally seven figures, cash flow in the seven-figure range, and just ridiculous. I've never seen people hit ranks like this fast. And as a matter of fact, the big thing about it is that this company is a game changer in terms of the compensation plan too.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a cutting-edge compensation plan. And, backed up by a tremendous product. So it wasn't a Me Too product. And that's what I really liked about it the most. I think, it wasn't, there weren't 5 companies out there. It wasn't another protein shake. It wasn't another vitamin. And those companies, there's companies out there that have great products. And these are companies that are billion-dollar companies, but they're all across the world. Here's a product, one category, one SKU, if you will, and we think we're going to hit $1 billion in sales revenues per year within the next 18 months, and that we'll hit that simply by shipping 1 million bottles a month. This month, actually the month of September that we just closed out, we shipped out to over 200,000 bottles. This month we're going to ship probably 300,000+ bottles, and we'll hit that 500,000 mark, I would believe, before the end of 2018. So, and then we'll just be running wild in 2019. So we're really looking for that, Russ, right now. So we're really putting together. We've got a lot of marketers now looking at us because the product is so strong. There's a great retention rate on the product. Also, we have a 90+% backside retention rate, and that for a product that's just simply incredible. When you have a 6 month or more, 90% retention rate. So people that use it 6 months, they're going to stay on this product virtually forever when they see the benefits that they're getting. And then by that point, the compensation plan, marketers will be making a significant amount of money here very, very quickly. So I think that's really what's driving and fueling a lot of the excitement now.
Well, that's a lot of excitement. But I tell you, I went to the kickoff that you had in West Palm Beach at the Hilton Hotel, Australian Avenue. And 1,200 persons packed that place out. It was just for the first meeting ever in the state of Florida. Is a packed out meeting of more than 1,000 people. And when I listen to the conference calls in the evenings, if you don't get on before 10 of 9, you can't even get on, because I think they're using free conference call that holds 1,000 people, and that's packed out. I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah, I think it's we're seeing that all across the country right now. We're doing kind of a road show. We're calling it a gel tour. And I just came back from Chicago this past weekend. We had, I think, maybe 700 people there. We had pre-sold 500 tickets, and they sold a bunch at the door, but we had 700 people there. We had a kick-ass team of, pardon my French. We had a great team of great leadership there. Training, some of the best training I've ever seen in the industry, and I've been around the industry for 23 years. And then I was in another one up in Connecticut 3 weeks ago, right in between the one in West Palm, and that was drawing international attention already. And we've got a lot of people looking at us internationally because, once again, we're the newest conversation in the industry, and there's nothing else out there like it. Nothing else out there at all, especially when you add in the FDA registration. That's a huge moniker that the company's worked very, very hard to get. So.
But it's really incredible about the kind of the compensation plan that you have. From what I understand, conservatively, understand that 300 people who have already qualified for the car bonus already in just 6 months.
Oh, yeah, probably more than that. I mean, one of the things I've always liked about binary compensations plans, Russ, is it gets to what we call BMQ, big money quick. And here, people are getting to big money quickly, and that's exciting, right? They say fast is fun and slow is painful, right? So, when you get people a check, even if it's just $500. Well, back in the old days, Jim Rohn would say, "Hey, $500 a month or $1,000 a month part time." People want to hear your story. We used to say $500 a month, Russ, when you and I were younger men. $500 a month to really change a lot of lifestyle. Here we've got people that could never make $500 a month. They're making $500, $1,000 a week, with a little work, really a little work. You got to work. Of course, you got to work in any deal.
True.
But, you're going to work in a deal, work in something that has some incredible leverage.
So the other simple thing I like about what you're doing, there aren't a lot of home meetings, hotel meetings and all that. You guys are doing it from the home. I mean, I was talking to Troy Landwehr, and he was saying that he doesn't even go out of his home to even get toilet paper. He just have, call the company and say, "Hey, bring me." I'm on my phone all day long. And Chris, the same thing. He has a mother who's an invalid, and he has to take care of her. He doesn't leave his home. He's the number one money earner in the company so far. Is that right?
That's true. And so what we've done right now is, the home party, that was a thing that had been around for years, private business reception, home party, whatever you want to call it. Boy, that's been around since Tupperware days, right back in the 60s. I remember my mom having Tupperware parties back at the house, and that's the way the industry was built. Well, that was a kinder, gentler age. Now look at the traffic in most major metropolitan cities. I know, working with Catherine in a previous company, she'd be on the road for 2 hours to get to a meeting, if you will, of whatever kind you call it, a meeting at a bar, okay, or a bar restaurant where we do a presentation or we do a party, kind of try and party it up. Hey, come on out for a party, and that'd be your one night a week as a social thing. Well, everybody knows that's a guise for a business opportunity briefing. But in California, where Kate used to live, you're on the road for 2 hours to get to a party that's supposed to last for about 45 minutes. And then you've got 2 hours to get back home because the traffic's so stinking bad, even at 10, 11 o'clock at night in a lot of major metropolitan cities, right? So nobody's got time for that anymore. I'll tell you, Troy and I built, significant six-figure incomes here already. And there's weeks where I haven't left the house unless I've ridden out on my bicycle to go for an hour power workout ride, to shed some calories, or go to pick up my Chinese food. I've really been on the computer and been on the phone, and it's incredible. And what's turbocharged that is a lot of the social media aspect and the online opportunities that we've been able to build. And that's where Catherine comes in very, very strongly. And she can really tell you a lot more about what we're doing with that and how we're using social media and some of the, pitfalls. And that's why, not bonding, but partnering with Catherine has really helped me because, I'm a man of a certain age, and Catherine always laughs at me because my Instagram account is a little weak, and and I don't even know what the heck to do on Twitter, that's for sure. And then even my Facebook is kind of goofy, and she's trying to sharpen me up, and that's one of the things we're doing with a lot of our systems now with our own personal group. And, having somebody sharp like Catherine, this is what she does for her business. And she's added a tremendous amount and really been able to turbocharge a lot of what we're doing, keeping our group together and moving forward and on the cutting edge. So, you can ask her a lot about how social media and the Internet has impacted opportunities like ours where we can really work truly from home. It's truly now a home-based business.
Okay, we'll bring Catherine in just a moment to tell us how even the disabled can stay home and make a six-figure income in a short matter of time. So we'll be right back after we take a break right here on WWNN. That's South Florida's Health and Wealth Station. That's 1470 on the AM, 95.3 on the FM.
Welcome to the New Business on Main Street. www.newbusinessonmainstreet.com. Networking has come of age, and many of our solid, stable, and financially free networking companies are now on the Dow and the NASDAQ. Many of the stocks of these premier companies have had serious gains in the past few years. Warren Buffett said, investing in networking has been the best investment I have ever made. Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, says rich people build networks, poor people look for jobs. Donald Trump has made millions of dollars from networking. Paul Zane Pilzer, an economic advisor, and Malcolm Gladwell, author of the book The Tipping Point, says billions of dollars will be transferred to networkers over the next 10 years. Malcolm Gladwell says future generations will become very wealthy using word-of-mouth advertising. He says 67% of all goods and services are purchased by recommendations and referrals. Your economic future is in the hands of word-of-mouth advertising. It is the new way of doing business on Main Street and Wall Street. You can join us in acquiring economic freedom and security cupped with time freedom. Go to newbusinessonmainstreet.com. That's www.newbusinessonmainstreet.com. President Calvin Coolidge said, "Nothing can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than the unsuccessful man with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education alone will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. The problems of our society will be answered by those who are persistent and who are dedicated to change things for the better." Join us at newbusinessonmainstreet.com. Steve Jobs said, "Life can be much broader once you discover one simple fact. Everything around you that you can call life was made up by people no smarter than you, and you can change it. You can influence it. Once you learn that, you will never be the same again." Join us at newbusinessonmainstreet.com or call 561-302-2588. Commission sales only. Men and women wanted to take a new health product to the marketplace. Commission sales only. This all-natural homeopathic transdermal HGH gel is an over-the-counter non-prescription FDA-registered product. This gel will eliminate tired and worn-out feelings and give you your energy back. Shocking and surprising benefits have been recorded with no side effects. Company profit sharing and long-term residual income available. Call 561-302-2588 or visit www.411hgh.com. No shots, no injections, no swelling. Rub it on and feel the surge. A little dab will do you. HGH works, so help us to help you. go to www.411hgh.com or call 561-302-2588. You're listening to today's edition of New Business on Main Street. To join the show, call in toll-free 888-565-1470. Now, back to the business at hand. Here's Russell.
Well, thank you very much for tuning in. I tell you, I'm excited because we are bringing to you something that's way ahead of the curve. And we got Chip McGill, who's been with the company about 8 months or so. And now Kate Garfield is with us, and she's doing exceptionally well. Kate, welcome to
Yep, I'm here.
New Business on Main Street. Thank you very much for being with us. Listen, you've been in the company how long? And I know you have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people in your organization already. Tell us about some of the things that you're doing with the company, and why did you join the company?
So I got started, actually Chip introduced me to the opportunity. I got started back in March. At the time, I was honestly really drained and tired of the industry. I didn't really want to get involved in something else and go back to building and being involved in the network marketing industry. But when I took a look at this and Chip really, broke it down for me and showed me what was going on, I sat down and realized this is that time and place that everyone looks for. This is the opportunity of a lifetime where you're at the right place at the right time with the right product. And I knew that this could possibly be a really good opportunity to also leverage social media, because you can always leverage social media in any business opportunity you do. But the key to really honing in on that social media is finding an opportunity that is before the trend, that has a wave coming, and also has a one product that has amazing results. When you can leverage all that, social media becomes your partner in crime. So I got started and just kind of took off running. I started introducing it to some people through social media, which, we can get into. But I realized that because I know the power of social media, I wanted to make sure that we had something set up in place for us, for our team, that would make us stand out. So that's something that Chip was actually kind of mentioning a little bit with, what we're doing here, why somebody would want to leverage working with us and partnering with us, because I knew that because I said that right time, right place, right product and opportunity and everything, if you have that, plus you have a system in place using social media, because everybody nowadays that are business-oriented, they do know the leverage of social media, and they want that. And if you can bring that to the table for those business people and those entrepreneurs, then you've got a leg up. You've got one step ahead of the rest of the field that's, building this, because that's what they're looking for. So that's what we kind of bring to the table and what we're creating.
Well, that's excellent. You speak to the millennials when you talk about social media, the people who were born between 1977 and the year 2000, 92 million of those individuals. But when you talk about the baby boomers, those born between 46 and 64, they're not too keen on sitting at home and making a six-figure income, because they haven't been taught to use the vast ability of using social media. Is that right? Can we say that's true?
I think that's true. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So
they're just nervous about it, right?
all right. So you were able to teach us, the old folks, if you will, how to use social media. Is that right?
Yes. Yep. Because at the end of the day, it is a very intimidating thing to think about. But when you take them through step by step, by just helping them understand that social media, all it is just a window. It's just a storefront. You look at it like a storefront. It's just a platform where you're advertising who you are and branding yourself. When you can break that boundary with them and get them to understand that, and then show them step by step how to plug into it, then it becomes familiar to them, and they realize that they can actually go out and about to their day-to-day business, belly-to-belly type of networking still, but still apply the social media platforms by plugging them in, pointing to a tool, pointing to the social media, rather than just sitting behind a desk. They don't need to sit behind a desk. They can actually go out and do their daily activities like they do, but then plug them in and use the social media as a follow-up tool and as a way to promote who they are as a business owner.
Okay. So people can call you and you can kind of direct them of the how-tos. and doing this business, say, from the comfort of their home. Is that right?
Absolutely. Yep.
Oh.
Everyone that gets started with me, I offer basically a business launch where I'm actually doing this tomorrow with 2 people, doing a sit down with them through Zoom or a call and walking them through how to help them set up their Facebook pages, making it look better, making them kind of stand out from the rest of the Facebook world, and helping them relaunch their business and taking them through those steps. And that they work personally one-on-one with me with that.
Okay, great. Can you give us a number?
A number? What do you mean?
To call you.
Oh, sure, of course.
She said, a number for what?
Yeah, it's my number, which is a cell phone, which is area code 336-602-0854.
Okay, all right. So that you can walk people through the difficult process for the older people, if you will, the elderly, because, there are a lot of people who are baby boomers who need to make some extra money when we look at people who are going to Home Depot or Lowe's or work at the grocery store or even Walmart as a greeter and make $10 an hour. They would rather stay at home and make some serious money, like you guys have been in, 6-7 months, and you're making multiple 6-figure incomes already. That's almost unbelievable. That's hard to believe for many people. Do you understand that, Chip?
Yep.
I mean, how can you make that kind of money so soon? We only got a couple minutes. Give me a minute and tell us what you're telling people and helping people to do to make that kind of money so soon. Just a minute. Just an overview. They have your number and they will call you. I'm sure that some people will call you because people are interested in earning serious money. Basically, what are the basics you have them doing, if you will?
Well, honestly, yeah, real quick, honestly, that's what makes Chip and I a really good team because, he reaches out to people, I reach out to people, but we plug them into a system where they can reach out to us. We do 3-way calls. We plug them into a Facebook group page. We get them the information. We get them on calls, and then we walk them through the steps. For me, I will walk them through the step, and I actually did this with somebody today. I helped them create a curiosity post on Facebook, and basically not talking about the product, not talking about the name of it or the company, but just the results of what they're seeing in the product. And they already got to sign up today because of that curiosity post.
Wow, that's awesome. I'm
helping them walk through so they can see results quickly because people want to see results right away. They feel better about the opportunity and more comfortable about going out to get more people to sign up by getting one result.
To wrap us up for the last minute of the program, Chip, what would you say? Help us out here.
Yeah, that's great. And to piggyback off what Catherine says, anybody wants to go to see how Catherine works, they can look her up on Facebook, Catherine Garfield. And the big thing for us is I always just start by saying, look, you could be in the right place at the right time. Everybody's been looking for a home-based business opportunity, but you're in front building, really getting in front of building the next $1 billion brand. We're going to do $1 billion on one SKU. One product, and it's a simple system, and that's what people need these days. It's a simple system that's simply duplicable. We can help turbocharge it with a real stay-at-home business with the tie-in with social media and with people like Catherine Garfield.
Catherine and Chip McGill, thank you very much. Really appreciate you guys being here. Next week we'll be back again with more information on HGH. This gel. This is transdermal gel. And we're going to do program after program so people can get on board and be with us. Thank you very much for being here. WWNN 1470 on the AM 95.3 FM. It's been great for me. I'll see you this time next week, same time, same place.
Men and women are wanted for a new business on Main Street. The requirements are you must be self-directed, persistent, and have the willingness to succeed. If, after your difficult work, you succeed, a lifetime annual 6-figure income is available. If interested, go to www.newbusinessonmainstreet.com. If you are despondent, broke, and not satisfied with life, then change your life. Go to newbusinessonmainstreet.com. If you are not happy, then change your life. To change your life, you must change your life. So go to newbusinessonmainstreet.com and change your life. Call 561-302-25 2588. You have been listening to New Business on Main Street with your host, Russell. If you have a business idea and want to share it on the air, call Russell directly at 561-302-2588. That's 561-302-2588.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Talk health. Talk wealth.